Okay, folks, I just want to set the stage here. I'm making a one-pan dish that is going to require the pasta in a oven-proof skillet. It's going to require the broiler. I've put the rack not on the top, but 8 inches down because I don't want to burn the pasta. But I've also made probably this finest dice chop of cauliflower to date because that's going to cook under the broiler. I have a nice amount, probably a cup and a quarter of Parmigiano. I have the zest of a lemon, and I have a lemon, one for juicing and one for adding. I have a nice big sprig of oregano, which I'm going to throw right in there. The rest is going to get chopped up and used later. I have pepper flakes, I have oil, and I have capers and salt water. I'll use 3 tablespoons of those, but I'll rinse them. We don't want the salt. And I'm just going to say that this recipe really wants to have a pound of bucatini and 5 cups of water because we're turning everything into the sauce that happens in this pan. And because I can't find bucatini, I suggest orecchiette. Orecchiette is really nice because it will it's like ears, and you have these little couplets. But it is also thicker than bucatini. Bucatini is basically a kind of fattish, like a thicker spaghetti with a tubule. It's a tubule, a very fine tubule, and these are about 4 times as big. So 1 pound of bucatini, 5 cups of water. I've decided to use half a pound. That's 225 grams. 454 grams is a pound. Everything comes in 500 gram packages, so you just adjust. But both the bucatini and this Spaccatelle Lungo, which is kind of like rolled but not sealed pasta, which is from a specialty of Calabria. They are thicker, and they're going to take more water and hopefully not more time. They will take more time. So I'm reducing the pounds because these will fatten up. But I'm going to use the same amount of water, maybe a little extra. So here we go. We're going to turn this up to medium-high. We're going to add 5 cups of water. I think I'll add maybe 6 just to see. So I have, that's only 3.5. I'll do 5.5. Let's see. Nope. That's just 4. I guess I'm being a little bit gentle with this. I've been having troubles with audio. Okay, so that's 6, and I think that's probably too much. So I'm doing 5.5. Let's see how it goes. We want it to be covered, but this water with the pasta and the starch, I'm adding a little water. I want it to be covered. Is actually also going to be the sauce. So there's no draining, nothing. And we will turn that on. We'll get that to a boil. And we'll leave it at a boil for 8 minutes and then test it. Correction, we want to add the pepper flakes at this stage. I just got freaked out because I couldn't hear the audio. So I'm going to do a teaspoon of pepper flakes and 2 tablespoons of oil. I got freaked out because I couldn't hear anything. I was testing, and then the phone's old, the connections are old, So here's 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's going to help it prevent it from sticking as it boils. And let's see what else I'm missing with the last video. Oh, the salt. So I have the oregano, I have the pepper flakes, I have the oil. Yeah, I want 2 teaspoons of salt. There'll be more later. I put too much peppercorn in, probably. Pepper flakes. But that's okay because I just won't add it later for garnish. Sometimes you add it, some at the end, some at the beginning. I just won't, I'll just remember not to add any. And we're going to bring that to a boil. And we'll let it boil. And I'm going to let it boil for 8 minutes or until tender. Okay, so folks, the pasta's done. I added more water at 8 minutes. It was not al dente, it was not cooked through to al dente stage. And I added a cup of water and boiled some more. So I have a nice sauce going on here. I put the lemon zest in. And this is the thing. I just added some lemon zest and now we're going to add the, oh, you know what's important? We should probably oil up that. Add the cheese to this, or a cup of cheese. Get the broiler going. And I'm going to get the capers out, washed, rinsed, like that. I'm kind of annoyed because I lost the receiver, and my phone wouldn't let me hear the videos with the receiver filled in. So I want quite a lot, just 3 tablespoons. All the water's coming out, so the rest will get dry by accident. But whatever, we add that. Add some more cheese. And mix it up. Like that. I put these in too early. I don't need more flakes. I do want more oil. And I want to put this on top like that with the cheese and the capers like this. I think I'm going to add more cheese and more capers because this is a big pan. Anyway, like I said, you need to have a oven-proof skillet. I'm sorry if you can't hear me, but I can't find the transmitter because the phone won't disconnect from it because it's old. Anyway, we're going to now broil it for a few minutes. Okay, folks, I apologize for the audio problem. I'll write about it, but I won't rehearse it here. We've been broiling not at the top level, but at the second from the top level. And it smells really good. We have browning on the cauliflower, and I can smell the browning on the parmesan. So we want to bring it out and see what it looks like. But I think it's done. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave it in a few more minutes. I'm just going to turn it around because it's not browned enough, and you can tell that the cauliflower is not cooked. But in the meantime, I'm going to grate some more cheese. And, oops, my broiler requires the oven door to be open 4 inches. And then I'm going to get a nice big bowl, and I'm going to slice up some lemons as garnish and use in the meal. And yeah, that's been about 5 minutes, so I'm going to leave it in another 5 minutes. Since it's not right at the top, I think that's probably okay. There shouldn't be any burning. Okay, so that's the goal. Sorry about the audio. Okay, folks, so the first broil was around 5 minutes, and I put it back in for 4, and this time I can actually smell the cauliflower, which means it's cooking. So let's just see how it worked. I have my ooh, that looks good. That looks quite nice. Okay, so you can turn off the broiler. I mean, you must, or else you'll get some alarms going on, or I will. And this is hot. So let's get a good spoon, a big one. Can't find the big one. So I'm just going to tip it into the bowl. And that sauce will go cover it. And the pasta will go in. And then we have to stir it up, which means I need the big spoon. Okay, well, that's pretty spectacular. I have more than one big spoon. Alas, nobody knows. Okay, so we're just gonna stir this up. There's cheese, it's cheesy, it's lemony, it's got oregano. Can you see that? And it's really good looking. And I guess the next stage would be I think it would be to put it in bowls and serving bowls and add more cheese. Hold on. I would add more cheese and a little more oil and possibly a few more caper berries. Let's do this. So instead of that, I'm just going to show you here. So we're just going to add it like that. Just a little topping. I'll do the same in the serving bowl. I'm not going to add more pepper flakes, which you could, but that's because I think I put more than I needed in. Oh, and then if you were serving it in bowls, you might add some lemons like this and a few more caper berries, but you have to wash salt off. So that's what I'm doing. And just sprinkle them around, and then you have a nice dish. I might put it in a bowl and take a photo, or I might just eat it. Yum.